the 70s, Malmo was a big industrial city and building big oil ships, like big tankers. That was the main business. In the 80s, there was the big financial crash. So there was no work, there was no jobs, there was nothing. Malmo had quite a big skate scene back then in the late 80s. That was when the big trend came, from the States. When my parents got divorced, I moved to another city, like a small village called Hör. That's where I started skating. Basically, my dad picked me up after school, drove me like 45 minutes to Malmo, go to the skate park, go to the spot. He would sit there all day, wait for me, watch me skate, go back. And we would do that every day, pretty much, after school. I always try to skate something different. I always try to make something different, find something different. For me, it's like the atmosphere around the spot is just as important as the spot itself. The first place we built was Savanna Side. This is where it all started. It was right there. Used to be all empty here, just old factory foundation. When we built the park, we didn't have any plan for it. Everything is just kind of made up. Just everybody got a little piece in here. We used to skate the trains as well, sometimes street caps on top of the trains. This year we skated here like every day for 2 months, 3 months. People are not so into this place. Not many people come here to skate. This is the New York banks. If you don't have it, you gotta build it. This is kind of like the spot in London. I know Bobby Pooley has a couple tricks there, nose grind into this brick banks. Kind of like the same idea. I mean, if you want to have something good to skate, you want to have something that is interesting, fun, you gotta build it. I mean, you don't find these kind of things on the streets, and here I got everything I need in one small place, and it's perfect, We go skate. I got the camera with me, and whatever happens, happens. But we always end up having some photos, some footage, and then we just do something with it,
We have to be creative to find new stuff all the time. That's what's great with Pontus. That's exactly what he's looking for, and that's exactly what I'm looking for. Strongest of the strange. It's quite a slice of history from Malmo skating right there. You could see like the development we've done with the DIY stuff. I think it was really inspiring for a lot of people that you can really create your own skate scene basically just by bricks and concrete.
I think a lot of people it was really refreshing to see that video. With the whole DIY documentary thing, inspired a lot of people. I got kids from all over Europe sending me emails like, hey, I love that video, I love what you did, and look what me and my friends built.
The new Pontus in town.
Yeah, it's cool, We're trying. There's so many bowls that's been built just because of that little section in my video. This is what remains. There's a lot of history here in this place. It's was quite famous when it was up and running. This place used to be fucking homeless city. We talked to the landowner when they kicked out all the homeless people here. They said, yeah, you guys can stay, but we got to clean up the area. The homeless people here, they were so angry at me. They're like, yeah, man, we've been living here for 8-9 years and you guys get to stay, they kick us out. And they were throwing fire bombs over the fence into the bowl. This bowl got destroyed a couple of times and we fixed it, and one day came, someone smashed it. First time you get bulldozed, you get really bummed, but then, I don't know, I'm so used to it now, in a way it's good because you get new stuff to skate all the time. I tear it down, I build another one, I tear it down, I build. It's like a little war I got. If you have an idea, do it now. This session today might be the last one, it might be the last time we skated together. That brings something extra to the spot, rather than, just a public skate park that is there for you. Back in the 90s, Malmo was a ghost town, kind of worn down city. Skating-wise, there wasn't anything going on. I mean, skateboarding in the 90s was dead. We used to skate here all the time. And then for some reason they put this for the people that go from the bus, so it's not slippery. So they kind of fucked up the spot. Because this ledge was the main thing to skate.
In the 90s was this square right here. We call it Plaza. We had ledges, we had this, we had some stairs. I mean, it wasn't perfect, and nothing is, but it was our spot, and I wouldn't go as far as saying it was like American standard, but in our heads, we were like, yeah, this is really a good spot. When we started, we were 10 or 15 guys. From Pontus was 11, and one guy was back then 25. Everybody hated us. Like story of most skaters' life in the 90s.
This was in the early 80s. There was a Swedish band called Magnum Bonum. They made a hit song called Skateboard. I used to listen to it every day when I was playing on my swing. Yeah! I moved here in '95. The official reason was for studies, but I wanted to go here because of skateboarding. It was only one group of people. It was us. We didn't have anybody else to look up to, learn from.
We probably spent skating 3 hours every day. When it was raining or when too cold, we could just go down because under here is like a parking garage.
When the shopping mall is closed, we could skate up here, the luxury part of the garage. But most of the time we used to just skate down there in the home, because otherwise you got kicked out.
We came down here first time maybe '91. We used to skate here a lot, every day from 7 o'clock till 9. There are some other garages, but not as good as this. This is warm and perfect flat ground and curbs, you know, perfect to do manuals and stuff here.
That's the way it was back then. You never turned the camera on. One guy missed, the next guy would jump in and do the line like.
Pontus, he's 5 years younger than the rest of us. I remember when he took off in '94 maybe, when he was getting really good. It was cool when he went to San Francisco and skate for Med Circle, because Med Circle was so big at that time.
You guys pretty proud of him?
Yes, we was, still are.
Born Boberg, and he's the one who started up Med Circle with Justin. I met him at the skate park in Gothenburg, and he saw me skate. He was really stoked. Basically, yeah, he got a camera from 4-1. He came down one day, and I'm gonna film you. And I was like, okay, cool. You know, because I was thinking like, you have to make everything first try. So I got like, I don't know, 15 lines, first try, like, bam. And then he sent the tape to the States. Justin saw it, because like, this is it. Him and Blayback came over, we skated, and then he said, yeah, I'll fly out to San Francisco, and it was on. I was like 15. My mom said like, yeah, you gotta bring a friend. So I brought one of my friends over. Justin picked us up, and we lost our luggage. Me and Scott Johnson didn't really get along that well. But me and Bobby were tight. Coming from this little town, and then just straight to fucking your dream company, like from nothing down here to going straight into the heart of San Francisco. This is the church. It's called Johannes Church. That's where I had a line in the 5 flavors, opening like switch 180 up and backside flip out. Yeah, this was the main meetup spot. Back in those days, all you needed, like flat curb and wax it up, and
we spent a lot of time here. Pretty much one full summer, '93. Yeah, we'd meet up here, skate all day. Road trip would be to go down to that parking lot.
This parking lot used to be covered with these white ledges. We used to skate here a lot. It's for the good old days. The master video I had like 50-50 and then transfer to the other side. Mass Circle, ended. Got back to Europe, I wanted to quit skating. But then I just started to skate again with friends and got into it and just called up Jeremy and said, yeah, I want to work with Cliché and want to build something up in Europe. And me and Jeremy started working on the whole Cliché Europa project. You know, it seems like since I left the industry, things just been going so much better. The more you're like away from skateboarding, the more people want you. Like now it's like, oh, we want to interview, we want photos, we want to publish your stuff. And when I was in the States, when I was in, you know, with Cliché, you know, you try so hard and then it's like, yeah, he's just another guy doing it, you know. People always want something they can't get. It's all right. Is it?
Oh, wait, let me see.
Hello.
Go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah, it's good.
It's good.
Yep, go, give her.
Sweet. I'm not quite used to all this hype around here. It's like cameras on, it's like, oh, how's my hair? My name's Jeremy Butterworth. I'm from Australia originally. I first came to Malmo in 2005. Had to help work on the Skateboarding project. This one's being built here in Oxia because I think it's a kind of a rough neighbourhood, so they need something to do. And it's just another good excuse to get Malmo another skate park. It's only 20 minutes away.
I didn't really even know where Malmo was when I first got my job. Just turned up here and was blown away by the skateboarding that I saw and the DIY kind of feel that was going on here with Pontus building spots everywhere. The government really encouraging of the scene. They just are really positive towards the building of parks and acquisition of money for the skaters to build parks.
We just came out here with a few things in mind, and after years of experience of building parks, we can read a plan, no dramas at all. It's a lot of fun and you get to be more creative when you just come out with a spray paint can and just X on the ground. All right, we're starting here. There's always more to add on to some of the parks we've built before, so we're just going to keep on going and we're never going to stop.
Do you have a favorite skate park here?
I'd have to say Staple.
Who rips that place the hardest?
J-Mag, he's the man.
This park was started being planned 2001 and was finished end of 2005. One of the main goals with this skate park was to make people want to come here and explore what we have, to make it grow and make more people part of the skate scene. I moved to Malmo in 1998, mostly because of skating, because the big indoor park just opened up. The scene in Malmo in 1998 was far away from what it is now. There was this crew with Tobias, Nils, Pontus, Cami, John, really tight crew of 20 people, and they were kind of the guys behind the indoor park also. 3 years after I moved down to Malmo, we kind of started to think together the idea to create something like the indoor park but outside. It's built and designed by an American guy called Stefan Hauser. We've been working a lot with skate park ourselves, but this was kind of new, the concrete, so we brought in someone that we believed in and help us out. We want to have a little bit inspiration from Burnside and Santa Rosa. At the moment, there's concrete parks in the States, we're looking a lot of vertical, so we said don't build everything vertical, trying to keep it a little bit lower. Make it epic, a lot of flow. My favorite part of the park is everything, and you can just skate it for 2 hours and you don't have to do one single trick. Check it out, my son's skating it at the moment. Yeah, blunt kickflip, Hugo. I don't know, he has 23 fingerboards. Everything's here comes from the skateboard organization called Bryggeriet, and we take care of the outdoor parks, Stapelbäcksparken and the smaller Sibbarp skate park and the new one now. The city pays us to take care of it, and we have a really good cooperation with the city. We had a lot of big events here like Quicksilver Bowl Riders and Malmo Ultra Bowl and stuff, so we do it together with them.
How it's changed here in Malmo, it's hard to understand really, but the city is so into what we're doing. They've had so much positive feedback that they just see it as such a good way of marketing Malmo. And now when they design like parks and plazas and stuff, now they think, yeah, of course we should include skateboarding, and it's worth a lot for them, I think.
TV-kanalen VBS.TV.
I read some stupid thing in some skateboarding magazine.
I'm the teacher here at the skateboard part of Bryggeriets Gymnasium, the high school for skating in Malmo. Right now we have 142 students and it's 3 years, 16 to 18. During school hours, it's just students here, and then the park opens at 4. They do a lot of skating, and they skate from 9 in the morning till they close here at 9 at night. At the beginning of first year, we have something we call basic training, but it shows pretty fast that what's basic to one person is not to another. There's everything from beginner to pro, pretty much. There's room for everyone.
This place generates a lot of talent and keeps skaters together. The new generations are the kids that are in this school, I think.
I think I started to skate in the 6th grade. It's like 4 years, something like that.
Did your parents give you a hard time about coming to a skateboarding high school?
I don't think so. They only say, enjoy, don't miss any lesson.
What's your favorite class, your favorite lesson?
I think it's a skate. Skate lesson.
There's 2 street courses and the vert ramp and the bowl. They're served these great skate parks and great opportunities. I guess some of them think, why would you want to go street skate? There's cracks in the streets and ledges that aren't made from steel. I actually have to sometimes yell at people for not skating, but I would never set any rules to how anyone should skate. There's never a moment of, everyone have to do 10 kickflips or anything like that. Skateboarding has to be free and never set any rules to how someone's gonna skate.
It's kind of unpopular, this spot. If I propose that we go here to someone, they're like, let's go somewhere else. Used to be water in them. I don't know why there's no water in it now. I don't want to talk about myself. My name is Love Anroth, co-founder of Bellows Skateboards, and I do the creative graphics and stuff. I moved here like '97 to just pursue skating. At that time, there wasn't really any skate companies. There was more like shops, or like G-Spot, for example. 7 years ago, probably, I went to Barcelona and I sort of stayed there and went to France too, and I was riding for Antilles.
Was it tough leaving Antilles, or were you over it?
It was tough, because I was kind of getting frustrated, not at them, but at my situation. Like, I didn't just want to skateboard, I wanted to do something creative.
Bellows is like a 2nd generation European company.
Yeah.
Or even 3rd, right? If they, they're
the cliche
would,
the brand.
be the first, and then Antilles,
Yeah.
and then now it's like people leaving.
Now it's a lot of companies. We started out as a team. It was actually me, Martin, and Johan Florell, a friend of ours, who actually passed away recently. But it was us who started it together, and with Mika. We just brainstormed, how do we want a skateboard company to feel like? And so we came up with this. Whatever, you just shake your head really fast, and then, you know, with a flash you'll freeze your face. So we thought that would be funny to do like a series of portraits. I think Mika had the fever that day. He couldn't shake his head, so he was just like blowing air out of his lips. Best skating here is, I guess, the summer months, from probably May until the end of September or like early October. A lot of the spots is like in the suburbs, so there's a few in the downtown area, but not that much. So you gotta go on the train for 20 minutes.
Här sitter vi.
This is a suburb of Stockholm. Oh, this is the backside of where we're gonna skate. And I don't know what this is. Like, little kids just put some shit here.
My name is Sarah Merle. We're skating with my teammates in Velos and a friend of ours called Frederick. I came here at the beginning of the summer and I was out skating with Mika every day. He doesn't stop.
We got Sarah on the team. She's like the first one who's not from Stockholm. Her board is coming out actually.
It's gonna be a
sunflower.
Sunflowers that Ruva has drawn. I went to school and all the boys were skating, and I thought it seemed like really fun, and I just kept on to skate like with the other boys. If you go to my house, it's like on a dirt road and there's nothing at all to skate. So in the attic, me and my dad built like a little quarter pipe, like just next to my room. Small little bank on the other side, so you can kind of go back and forth. I got like sponsored by Street Lab, the skate shop in Malmo. But I was like small, but it was really fun. And I skated for them for a couple of years, and then I started to get other sponsors. The first time I was on an airplane was like 2.5 years ago. And since then I've been to so many places.
All because of skating?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
I think it's Friday afternoon. It's like people still here. Tjena, är det bra? Schysst. Huh?
Sorry att jag störde.
Sammy was one of the guys that we met back in the days in G-Spot. He was a great skateboarder back then.
Still am.
Still am, yeah. So, yeah, we met back in the days. So now he works here, so, yeah. It's a lot of like old skateboarders working here, or young skateboarder, whatever you want to say. So. Down here we have the financial department, this is the time department, and the marketing department. And this is what we call our lounge room. You guys play ping pong? Skateboarding is the most important subculture ever. If you've been skateboarding for 10 years, whatever you do in the rest of your life, you're going to still have the same mentality. Always remember being a skateboarder. My generation, a lot of those guys like got into it because it was kind of trendy, then it died out. After that, I started my own skateboard company, actually a mail order company out of my apartment named BAM, Backside Airmail. call backside arm and BAM and our amazing staff and make sure you get the best skateboard products in 3 to 4 days. And that amazing skateboard staff was me, myself. But it's kind of funny because everybody, all the skaters in Sweden called and you're almost become a friend to everybody. It's like, hi, how are you? Yeah. Me and Pontus started working together back in '93. I actually had a skateboard camp down in Gothenburg and Pontus was there. Pontus Carlson actually had his own mail order and we started talking. Maybe we should open up a distribution company together and open up a store. The reason why starting G-Spot was like finance our like skateboarding and have a good time, and making money wasn't that important. We've been doing a lot of crazy stuff, but we've never been doing anything to be mean. To be in Sweden and you can actually do whatever. It's like, of course the police came knock on the door and told us to stop selling liquor and don't have parties, but we didn't really give a shit.
Was G-Spot known as like the best shop?
That was the only shop to begin with. Through hanging out at the G-Spot skate shop, I got to know all the skaters in the clique that were hanging out there. Jens Andersson, Pontus Karlsson, Pelle Fredell, Magnus Gyllenberg, a couple more, yeah. Actually, I made their first video. It was called G-Spot Forever.
Yeah!
Early 90s, the core group of skateboarders in Stockholm couldn't be more than 25, 30 people. Skateboarding was really in for a change there, and it was really ugly and fashion-wise and tricks-wise. The natural street skateboarding scene in Stockholm has never been that good. It has a very poor architecture for skateboarding.
The ground is rough, so mini ramps was where people learned how to skate.
Right now we are in a park called the Humlegården, which is a legendary skate spot in the Stockholm skate scene. It was one of the places where we hung out during the summer times. We'll go to this mini ramp and buy beers and hang out and laugh and have fun.
In the early days of Stockholm street skating, there was people from different social backgrounds. I mean, there were people from the really upscale parts of Stockholm, and there were people from the more rougher neighborhoods as well.
Some of the skaters moved in from different parts of Sweden, and we lived collectively. It was a strange period. No one really knows how anyone got by financially.
Sell some boards, some sweatshirts, and maybe sell something else as well.
Well, the main spot for sure was Sheraton Hotel, as we call it. But it's not really part of Sheraton Hotel, it's just a delivery area for some shops.
It was outdoor, but still it has a ceiling over it, so it was able to skate there all year round. But there was this high metal curbs and a manual pad, and that's it. And everybody was skating there 10 hours a day and coming in from all over Sweden just to skate this spot.
You get that? Always when you cut yourself down here, like, what was that I cut myself on?
And you kind of remember the feeling you had when you were skating back then.
When you look at that book, The Sheridan Years, that was like the golden age for you guys.
It's like I've been like in 4 generations and skateboarded. Jens did send that book to me, so I got it at my office in LA, and I opened that book. It was a Friday afternoon and started reading it, and I started remembering. I started like feeling really sad because like skateboarding was very small at that time, and the same crowd of people went to every contest, went to every spot, were out drinking every night together, and it was like very, very, very special time for sure.
There was a lot of pictures to choose from, and we decided to go with a more unsecure teenager on the way of growing up kind of direction. I never really had an intention of being a skate photographer, but at the time I always had a camera in my backpack and shooting regularly just the people around me rather than trying to get the perfect skate photo. I'm just trying to document the time we're spending together.
There was definitely a turning point when the new skate park opened up.
How'd you guys get it built?
YMCA?
The chief for the YMCA, he was really into doing stuff for kids and teens and trying to put his mind into subcultural stuff.
So he had something for the graffiti people and for the skateboarders, and he even had a pub for skinheads down in the basement. They had taken skateboards from the skateboarders and snapped them in half and put them on the wall. That was how crazy it was, that place. Ali Bolala. Back then he was so lightweight, so small, he could jump down anything. When we started skate with him, he cried every time he skated because he was so frustrated when he didn't skate good enough. You know, he was a huge Mike Carroll fan at this time. I think this is the day after he watched the Chocolate video when Mike Carroll does the feeble on Habba Hideout. And he just like, oh, I gotta do that, and he learned it. But he was always really aware of what was going on, and like skateboarding trick-wise, style-wise, he always made the right moves. Gregor, drinking 40s, Santa Monica Beach.
Yeah. The G-Sport era I think that was very important to the fact that skateboarding was getting back in the limelight again, and it was really cool, and there was like different companies that could offer money and sponsor stuff.
We could step out of the garage, you know, yeah. Out of the darkness.
Would you bring a lot of the skaters to like the ASR trade show in Long Beach?
Yeah, sure. It's like our team. We used to bring them there. So Jobby, Andreas, Ali Bolala, and all those guys, yeah. Back then it was like we were part of this business just to have fun. And then we did that business from 93 to 99, and then we decided to start up WEC, or we. This is a collaboration we do with Bear Bricks, Medicom Toys, and going to be released in January. You're from New York, so you probably know Stash.
Yes.
He's from Brooklyn as well. And this is a pair of his denim, but this is like with a gold thread in it. And if you should sell them, it should probably cost about $5,000. So you don't sell them. But yeah. When we had G-Spot, G was like, for a Swedish word name, gemenskap is like all of us together. And then we started we, it's actually the same feeling about us. I came down to, Humlegården, that skateboard place. And my son, who's like, he was 12 at that time, he was down there skateboarding, and he's like, every good skateboarder he saw, like, came up, hi, how are you? He's like, how can you know all those guys? Yeah, that's skateboarding, you know. It's like, you met them once and you know them for life, so, yeah.
Did your son wear all the generations of skateboarding? Do they see all the old pictures? And
He's like 13, he thinks everything was back then sucked. Because it's like, in 10 years from now, we'll probably respect it, but, you know. Yeah.
Pelle Fredell, my father. He's my father, Pelle Fredell. He gives me everything I want, ma'am.
En sån här. En sån här.
Någon som håller på jävlas. Filma inte ansikten. Det är 5-1, det betyder brandbilar, brandkåren. Vi har lånat den här båten.
Skämtar, det var det värsta. Världens daja. Någon liten tjej som heter Pernilla som sökte Roger Bison som hade sagt det här.